So I'm going to be ranking every Jojo character. Well, this doesn't have part 8, so it's not every, but every character from parts 1 through 7. I found this tier list. It's rated in alphabetical order instead of by part. I don't know why, it's stupid. So I'm just going to do it. Alright, so we're going to start off with Adams, the guy from part 1 with the freaky tongue. It was, it's like when they got back to Win Knight's lot, and it was Jonathan and Poco and Speedwagon and stuff, and he pretended to be a normal person, but he wasn't. He was a zombie guy. I'm gonna give him like it's hard to rate characters that are on screen for like 10 seconds, but I don't know, like a C. It didn't do too much damage, but it also didn't do anything at all. Kira Otoishi. It's the user of Red Hot Chili Pepper from part 4. It's a cool guy that plays the guitar. I'm going to give him a B. He's pretty cool, and his stand is alright, but he's not that great. He's not that great. He might have a big fan base out there, but next is Alessi. He has the stand Set or Sethin, and it turns you younger progressively. He uses it on Polnareff, and he uses it on Jojo, and the Jojo beats the crap out of him even as a 7-year-old. So I'm going to put Alessi at he's a pretty run of the mill part 3 stand user. So I'm going to put him again like C. It's better than Adams because at least he did something. Okay. So, next is Alternate Universe Diego Brando. This is my favorite part of Part 7. High Voltage arc. And the, arcs after that. Pretty much all the arcs after World of Stars and Stripes. The fight with the Alternate Universe Diego and Johnny is like one of my favorite parts in the whole series. It's so cool. Because we get to see Tusk Act 4, which is my favorite stand. And this was also one of the only twists in JoJo that actually surprised me. Like, I was not expecting this to happen. And as a character, I like how they separate him from Diego, like our universe Diego, or the base world. And he's just psychotic now. Like, the other Diego was just like a douchebag, right? I mean, he was evil in a lot of ways, but he wasn't as like black and white as Dio was. He's more just pure evil. I think that's cool, and also I like that, like the stand interactions we get to see. I'm gonna put him like A. Also, all these are subject to change. If I find, he's better than this character, this character's better, whatever. Okay, I can change these at any time. Andre Boom Boom. He's a member of the Boom Boom family, which is the first like enemy stand that they encounter in part 7. They all share the stand Tomb of the Boom, but they all get different powers from it. Like, it has something to do with iron. They can control iron to like make people magnets, like Bast in part 3. So I'm gonna put Andre Boom Boom. Again, like, they all got like little quirks about him. I'm gonna put him like here. He's better than Alessi because Alessi's like Diddy, so I'm gonna put him there. Andro Katagiri. I don't know why it says Andro. His name is Angelo. He's the first enemy stand user from part 4. He has Aqua Necklace. He's the like horrific serial killer that would like mangle the corpses of his victims, and he gets turned into a rock eternally by Josuke using Crazy Diamond. So I'm gonna put Angelo like it's hard to put D as like, am I ranking them based on like how they are written as a character, or is it like how much I hate them? I think what I should do is I should make C like they're alright written as a character, and D can be I either really hate them in the story, so you get D tier, or D is like they're kind of like a garbage character, like they're a nothing character. So I'm gonna put him like a bottom of C. And a kiss. It's the Reset Universe Anasui. We don't get to see him do anything, but I like the idea of him. Anne from Part 3. I get the I get the concept, and she serves her purpose, but she doesn't do anything. Should I put her in D? I guess I should put this guy here. There you go. Like I said, things are gonna move. Anubis. It's the stand from Part 3. It's in Egypt. It's a sword that possesses the user. Had like Shaka, then Khan, and then it possesses a Polnareff. So I'm gonna put Anubis. He's like centuries old. Might be the oldest stand in the series. I don't know about that though. Probably. I can't think of something that would be above that or older than that. So I'm gonna put Anubis. I like him. I think he's really interesting. He's really powerful. He gets stronger the more he fights. And Star Platinum kind of copies that ability. Not like that he steals the ability, but like he also kind of gets stronger the more he fights. So I think that's cool. Arabia Fat's the user of the Sun stand in Part 3. A lot of people misunderstand this. A lot of people misunderstand this stand. They think that it can be used to kill Dio. It can't. It's just really hot. It's as hot as the sun. It's not like using the specific like wavelength of energy that the sun is, that Hamon also uses, that can melt Dio. So it's just like a guy with a really hot ball. This arc was funny, but he didn't do anything. So you go like right there. Arnold. It's the ghost dog of Raimi Sugimoto from Part 4. I like this guy. He's cute. I like him. Axel Rowe, the user of Civil War from Part 7. He like makes your grief like physical. And if you die from it, you can come back if he feels grief about killing you, and then the stand goes to him. Or like works on him. So it's technically in Part 7. After this, like depending on how you look at it, Johnny is a clone. Because Civil War killed him and then brought him back as an exact copy. So did he just come back? I like to think he just came back. Like that it stored him in the stand and then he was able to come back. Or you could look at it as like his soul transferred to an exact copy of his body. He's alright as a character, you know. He's kind of run-of-the-mill Part 7 character. Aya Suji, user of Cinderella from Part 4. I do think it was kind of interesting how like she was teaching Jolene not Jolene, Yukiko, like a lesson. Aya Suji has Cinderella. It's a stand used to like change your appearance. It's an important part of how Kira gets away after Jojo beats the crap out of him. Aya and Hirose, Koichi's sister. Again, nothing character. Doesn't do anything, but she's alright. Elizabeth. How can I rate Lisa? It's Lisa. Lisa is a baby. So here's what I'm gonna do with something like this. When it's a character that shows up again, then I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna rate like their main appearance, right? How am I gonna rate Lisa as a baby when number 1 she didn't do anything, and number 2 I'm gonna rate Lisa later on anyway? So I'm just gonna leave this. Exception obviously would be like Dio, because he is different from parts 1 through 3, power wise. Benjamin Boom Boom, another member of the Boom Boom family. I'm just gonna put him in the same place. Blackmore, I like Blackmore. He's really cool. He has Catch the Rainbow. It's a stand that lets you manipulate raindrops. You can like stand on them and use them to fill up your wounds or whatever. He kills my boy Mountain Tim. That's sad. And he's one of the only characters in the story to actually see Jesus. Like it's him and Johnny are the only people to see Jesus. And it's interesting to look at why that is. Boingo, he has Toth. It's like a manga that can tell the future. So, and as a character, he's alright, I guess. You go there. Bruford. I like Bruford as a character. He's from part 1. He's one of the zombies that Dio resurrects. That was like a royal knight to Elizabeth I. Who I think is on here. And he can like hold his sword with his hair. That's kind of cool. And Jonathan, by punching him to death with Hamon, like brings feeling back into his body. Bruno Bucciarati. I love Bruno Bucciarati. His stand, Sticky Fingers, it like does stuff with zippers. It's one of my favorite stand designs in the series. It just looks so good. It looks so sleek. I like it. Bruno as a character is good. The memes like that he's the mom, Passione or whatever. But I think as a side character, he complements Giorno specifically really well. And it was the whole thing about him coming back was interesting. Bug Eaten. Now I forgot if Bug Eaten, do they have bug? I guess they don't have Bug Not Eaten. So I'm gonna assume this is the one with the stand. Rat. Rat is the stand. It's like a little thing that shoots you, and then like the flesh like coagulates. It's a rat. A lot of people think that he was able to actually like land hits on Jojo in a fight normally. That was clearly because he was trying to teach Josuke how to use his stand. Like it was like a lesson for him, you know? See if he could protect whatever stand user was in Morio. Because they knew he was some kind of threat in Morio from Heart Purple. But they didn't know what it was yet, because this was before they met Kira. Caesar Zeppeli. Caesar Zeppeli is an iconic character in a lot of ways. I think he fights in a really cool way. I think his dynamic with Joseph is cool. It's a lot of interesting ways to use the Hama. Cameo, the user of Judgment. Judgment is a stand that can turn whatever you wish for. Like, it can make it, but like out of sand. It's like a golem or whatever. He like brings back Polnareff's sister, but she's made out of sand. Cameo is going to go. He doesn't do anything. They like pee on him or whatever. It's gonna go like there. Carne, the user of Notorious B.I.G. It's a stand that activates after he dies, and it's like unkillable. And it just, as it absorbs energy, it gets bigger and bigger, and it becomes like unstoppable. And it goes after the fastest thing in its proximity, and you can't like destroy it. Like to this day, within the parts 1 through 6 series, Notorious B.I.G. is in like the ocean chasing around after like fast objects. And Carne again doesn't really do anything until he dies, but I think he's all right, I guess. I'm gonna put him there. Chaka, one of the users of Anubis, doesn't do anything really. Chocolata, the user of Green Day from part 5. It's like mold or something, I forget. The thing with him is like, I like how sadistic they made him. Like in part 4, like the bad guys, and part 3, a lot of the bad guys, some of them are just doing it for money. Like they're not that evil. Some of them are doing this because they're evil, but they're like cartoonishly evil, right? And then in part 4, every villain stand that they fight becomes like an ally, aside from like a few of them, and Kira obviously. Kira is the one exception, and Angelo is another exception. But outside of like Kira and Angelo, the villains aren't really evil. They're just kind of douchebags. Like they're just kind of jerks, like Yuya Fungami. But in part 5, they're really like this guy's like Satan. I think that's cool. Like all the like horrendous stuff he does. So I like that Araki sets people up to be evil and then appropriately punishes them. Coco Jumbo, it's a turtle. It's the user of the stand, Mr. President. It's where people hide out in. It's eventually where Polnareff's soul hides out in, when the whole Chart Requiem thing happens. I like Coco Jumbo, so I'm gonna put him here, but he still didn't do anything as a character. D&G, it's the user of Yo-Yo Ma. I forget what Yo-Yo Ma does. It's like, he yaps a lot. That's what he does. He's one of the assassins sent to go kill Jolene. I guess. DISCO, user of Chocolate Disco, which is like, it's a stand where like there's this grid on the ground, and then he has this thing on his arm, and then he can choose when something's in one square of the grid to move it to another square of the grid. Sounds like kind of alright, but Gyro literally kills him in like 3 seconds, which I thought was funny. His design is somewhat interesting, so I'm gonna put him like here. Steely Dan, the user of Lovers. It's like a little bug that goes inside your ear and it like eats at your brain. And anytime you attack Steely Dan, it attacks the person that Lovers is inside of. He's the one that makes Jojo a bridge, and then Jojo beats the crap out of him. He retires him, even though you know he's dead. His like skeletal system is liquefied. So I'm gonna put him. A lot of these people are C tier, like they didn't do anything. Daniel J. Darby, the user of Osiris. It's like a stand with like it's like a gambling stand with poker, and like you can bet people's souls as chips. And if you cheat, and he catches you cheating, then your soul is forfeit. He automatically wins. Daniel J. Darby. He's one of the more interesting, Part 3 characters. Danny is Jonathan's dog from Part 1, who Dio kills, and it's sad. I'm gonna put him like in A tier because I like Danny so much. Dario Brando, Dio's father. Within the story, he does what he needs to do, right? He's an abusive piece of crap father who puts Dio on his path. There's not much to him besides that. Devo, the Cursed, user of Ebony Devil from Part 3. It's a little doll that attacks Polnareff in the hotel room in, I think, Singapore or whatever. Or wherever that was. Devo is a nothing character again. Diavolo, he is one of the best JoJo villains. I like Diavolo. His motivations are cool. His stand has a really cool design. It's a really overpowered ability that I still think Star Platinum can beat. But yeah, Diavolo. I like the whole thing with him and Doppio. I thought that was cool. Diego Brando. I really like Diego Brando. He's a lot of people's favorite characters. I'm not gonna put that down. It's a lot of people's favorite characters in Part 7. And I like how interesting he was as a character. Characters in Part 7 all have the same backstory, which is childhood trauma. And I thought his was a interesting take on a backstory for a Dio type character. And I liked that he was doing things purely for his own gain. Like, he could care less. Compared to his Part 1 counterpart, he could care less about Johnny. Like, he doesn't care at all personally about him. And I like that Araki did that. It's more interesting with him and Valentine both as villains. Diego Brando's mom, I'm gonna put her like in B tier because of like she did a lot for Diego. She sacrificed a lot for him. Alright, so we have 3 Dios. I'm gonna only rate Dio twice because this is the same character as this. And Dio Brando from Part 1. I think Dio Brando from Part 1 is a great character. I think he is I like how purely just off-reservation evil he is. He does everything to get power. He doesn't care about anyone, and he has a weird fixation about Jonathan Joestar because, frankly, he's the only character that can beat him in Part 1. And, he's the one that started it all, in a way. Everything started because of Dio. And now Dio from Part 3. I'm gonna rate him above. I rate him differently because he has different powers, and he has the same philosophy in life, but he goes about it a different way. Right? That's the heaven plan, and the world is super iconic, and Dio has a lot of great moments in Part 3, so I'm gonna put him there. Dyer from Part 1. He's Straight's his buddy. They use Hummun. He has the Thunder Cross split attack, and Dio freezes his whole body aside from his head, and then his head throws like a Hummun-filled rose at Dio, and he, And I'm gonna put Dyer. He's all right, I guess. I'll put him here for the meme. Donatella Una. It's Trish's mom. Doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna move some of these characters that are like nothing characters. There we go. That's better. Donatello Versus is the user of I think Underworld. Yes, Underworld. He's one of Dio's sons from Part 6. He's important to the plot. And then Pucci calls him Sus, which is funny. I'm gonna put him there. Donovan. He's from... Oh, it's the guy that, Joseph chains to a cactus. He's alright, I guess. Doobie. He's one of the weird vampire monsters from Part 1. Dr. Ferdinand, the original user of Scary Monsters. He's a paleontologist. And he's also got a cool design. I'm gonna put him I'm super biased towards Part 7 characters, by the way. I'm gonna put him there. The 11 men, they all have Tattoo U. It's a stand where they each have a tattoo on the back of their head, and they can crawl inside of the tattoos of each other. So you can fit 7 people in one person. They attack during the Sugar Mountain arc. I'm going to put the 11 men. Again, they have no character, but I like their design, so they're going there. Elizabeth Mary Stewart from Part 1 doesn't really serve a purpose aside from being who Bruford and Tarkus are loyal to. Emporio El Nino, he's one of the better characters. He defeats Pucci, which is really cool. It's like the Joestar's resolve lives on in him, and he's able to reset the universe and bring them back. He has a stand burning down the house. You can make a ghost room with ghost objects, and they have weird rules to them. Enrico Pucci. He the villain of Part 6. He does the Heaven Plan, turns White Snake into Sea Moon, turns Sea Moon into Maiden Heaven. Actually wins. He's one of the only villains that actually wins. Kind of. He fulfills his plan. He's then screwed over, but he does it. He resets the universe, and he kills Jojo and Jolene. But he's defeated because of the unbreakable human resolve, in a way. His backstory is really interesting, him talking with Dio and stuff, and why he's doing what he's doing. I'm gonna put him there. He's another Italian villain. No, I'll put him here. All the Jojo main villains are pretty much S tier. Enya the Hag from Part 3. She has to stand Justice. It's like this fog, and that can make people do stuff. And then she teaches Dio how to use his stand, or what a stand is. So I'm gonna put Enya. It's alright as a character, I guess. There. Irina Pendleton. I really like Irina Pendleton as a character. She is Jonathan's love interest. She seems kind of hollow, but I really like the purpose that she serves, and I just personally enjoy her as a character. Maybe she'll go here. Yeah, there you go. Hermes Costello is one of the main Joe Bros in Part 6. She has Kiss, which has these stickers that does something, I forget. It's Part 6 is the part that's been the longest since I've seen it, okay? But I like her. She goes through a lot of punishment in the story. Like, Jesus. She goes through a lot in Part 6. And she gets to come back, though, at the end. So I'm going to put Hermes at... I think she's an A-tier character. And put her there. AC/DC, one of the Pillar Men. He has the... He, like, controls, like, his blood vessels and, like... Has, like, make his blood really hot. And then his brain attaches onto the back of... what's her name? Susie Q, and mind controls her. He's alright as a character. I think the Pillar Men are all like B-tier characters, but he's got to go at the bottom. I like how gross he is, though. FF, Foo Fighters. It's a colony of plankton that controls the body of this chick, and she can shoot plankton or something. I like Foo Fighters as a character. She's funny. I like her in the story. I'm gonna put her like there. I think below Hermes is, but like next to her is good. Forever, it's an orangutan that controls a stand called Strength that turns a little boat into a giant boat, and he can control everything on the boat. And he's a pedo. I'm gonna put him like. Basically, the difference between C and D tier is if I kind of like their stand. So he's going D. Formaggio, he has little feet. In part 5, it, like, shrinks you or something. Like a typical La Squadra type. Funny Valentine is my favorite JoJo villain. He is great. He's impeccably written. I love his design. His stand, D4C, is like one of the best stands in the series. His backstory is great. I think you already know why Funny Valentine is great. And if you don't, get ready to watch Part 7 when it comes out and you'll see. George Joestar the First, Johnny's dad. I think he's a piece of crap. But I do appreciate what purpose he served in the story. Kind of like Dario Brando. George Joestar the First. Kind of like George Joestar the First from Part 7, but not, it's not as good. George Joestar the Second, Joseph's dad. I think he's cool, even though he didn't do anything. But because he didn't do anything, I kind of have to put him here. Ghiaccio, another member of La Squadra, user of White Album. He has this suit and like he can do ice stuff. And he always gets mad when you pronounce Venice as Venice instead of Venezia. Again, he's kind of funny. I'm going to put him like there. Giorno Giovanna. I like Giorno Giovanna a lot. He's a great protagonist. Gold Experience and Gold Experience Requiem are badass stands. And he just has a great design. I like his character. I was kind of like he's somewhere in between Jonathan and Dio. He's virtuous like Jonathan, and he truly wants to help people, but like Dio, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get there for the greater good. Gloria Costello. I forget who this character is, but she clearly didn't do anything. I think she was Hermes' mom or something. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Part 6. Maybe she's a good character, but I don't remember her doing anything. Arena Pendleton from Part 2. There. Gray Fly, user of Tower of Grey. His stand is kind of lame. It's like a fly. It's like the first stand they meet when they're actually going to Egypt, like after Kakyoin. Gregorio, is that his name? Gregorio? Zeppeli, Caesar's, not Caesar, well, his name is Caesar. Gyro's dad from Part 7. Again, he's like a Dario Brando type. He's just pushing you into your role. So, Guccio has, what stands does Guccio have? I think, I can't remember. But I can rate him as a character. Let me just look up. This was never professional to begin with. Which one does he have? What stand does he have? Survivor! That's it! Yeah, Survivor. Survivor is the thing that's on the ground and, like, can mind control you or whatever. Dio literally says it's the weakest stand he's ever seen. So, because he sucks so much, I'm gonna put him, like, below the monkey. That's what you get. Below the gorilla that didn't do anything. Guido Mist is one of my favorite Joe Bros. I think he's great. He's one of two people. He's one of three people to survive, four. He's one of the people that survives part 5, okay? It's like Giorno, Guido, Fugo, and Trish. He survives part 5, and he's with Giorno when he becomes the boss. I like his stand, Sex Pistols. It's like these little dudes that can guide a bullet. And I like him as a character. I like when he switched bodies with Trish. That was funny. Gwess, user of Goo Goo Dolls. It like does something with she shrinks you or whatever. I just remember Jolene in the rat costume for some reason. Again, she's like a part 3 stand user. So you go like you go there. Gyro Zeppeli. You already know about Gyro Zeppeli. He is like the best Joe Bro. He is great. He teaches Johnny about the spin. He gets the scan ability. He has very complex motivation. Again, it'd take a long time to explain why I like these Part 7 characters. You just kind of have to know. Hayato Kawajiri, Kosaku Kawajiri's son, who Kira pretends to be the dad of, and he gets to the bottom of things, and he dies like 4 or so times in the resets of Bites the Dust. He's an interesting non-stand user character. Goes there. Whole Horse is a I'm gonna call him a mild antagonist. I'm gonna make that up. He's kind of an antagonist, but he doesn't do anything besides that. He has Emperor. It's like this gun, and he can control where the bullet goes. Like once again, but I think Sex Pistols is better. Whole Horse. I like him as a character. He's gonna go like there. Holly Kujo is Jotaro's mom / Joseph's daughter. I'm gonna put Holly Kujo. Like there. Hot Pants is a nun from Part 7. She has Cream Starter. It like stores flesh in this spray can, and she can heal you with it. I think as a character, she's good. I'm gonna put her like below Diavolo. Iggy, Jesus. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Iggy is the dog who's on the Stardust Crusaders from Part 3. He has the Fool, which is a really powerful stand. It can like control sand, and it can like make illusions out of sand. Like it can make stuff. I really like Iggy. It was sad, the fight with Vanilla Ice. That was one of the best fights. Paul Murphy, Vanilla Ice, one of the best fights in the series. I'm gonna put Iggy there. I just like him. Illuso, a member of La Squadra from Part 5. He has Man in the Mirror, traps you in a mirror world. And Fugo, like, goes berserk and kills him in, like, 3 seconds when he fully activates Purple Haze. So I'm going to put Illuso, kind of run-of-the-mill stand user. I'm going to put Illuso, like, there. Imposter Captain Tennille. He has a Dark Blue Moon. I don't know. Irene. It's Jolene from the Reset universe. Again, I like the idea of Irene, but she doesn't do anything. Jay Guile, the user of Hanged Man. It's this thing that can, like, move around like light, and because it bounces from reflective surfaces. So, and he killed Polnareff's sister, Sherry, and he's Enya Guile's son. He has a psychic connection with her. Whatever happens to him happens to her, aside from, you know, his death. And I like the way they killed him. That was really gruesome. I'm gonna put him, I think there. Jack the Ripper. He's kind of lame. He's a vampire with knives that shoot out of his chest, and he comes out of a horse, which is interesting. Because he came out of a horse, I'm not gonna put him all the way at the bottom. Polnareff from parts 3 and 5. I'm gonna treat wherever I put Polnareff, I'm gonna add in part 5. I think when I get to Jotaro and there's like part 3, part 4, part 6, I might rate them differently because he does evolve as a character. But I'm gonna put Polnareff, one of the best Joe Bros. Yeah, Silver Chariot's just a great stand. Where else could I put Jesus but S? But I'll put him at the bottom of S. Jungly A. He's one of the thick stand users from part 6. He has Manhattan Transfer. It's useful if you're a sniper, I guess. Again, he's like, he's a nothing. This is my favorite Jojo, is Johnny. He has Tusk. It's the whole story is about his self-growth as a person. I love his design, I love his aesthetic, I love how he acts, I love his stand, everything about him. Johnny's like one of my favorite characters. Jolene Cujo is main Jojo of part 6, Jotaro's daughter. I think Jolene should go in S. I like Giorno a little bit more, but that's where she goes. Jonathan Joestar. Jonathan Joestar is the most important JoJo character. Everything wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him. Dio, yes, but Jonathan, like, the unbreakable resolve and will of the Joestar line comes directly from Jonathan. And he's great as a character. I love him. Joseph Joestar. How should I rate Joseph Joestar? I'll rate... See, Joseph I can rate differently because he's so different from each part. I think he's above. He's like right here. He's really... He's like... he's super fun as a protagonist. Part 3, Joseph. A lot of people dog on part 3 Joseph. And I don't understand why. He's really cool. I like him. I like how I like his relationship to Jotaro, like in the more serious parts. Joseph from part 4. He goes there. Josuke Higashikata. Araki favoritism. He goes there. It's just a ray of sunshine. Okay, so I'll rate 3, 4, and 6, because 5, he didn't do anything. He took a phone call, that's all he did in part 5. Jotaro Kujo. You already know. pretty self-explanatory. If you know what you're talking about. Cars, the main villain of part 2, who everyone thinks for some reason Novel Cars is canon, even though it's clearly not. And he can get beat by like a dozen stand users, but nobody wants to think about that. He goes there. Keicho Nijimura, Okuyasu's brother. He has bad company. He dies, which is sad. He dies from Red Hot Chili Pepper. Keicho Nijimura, I like him better than your run-of-the-mill stand user. Ken Oyanagi, he has Boy to Man. He can like rock, paper, scissors with you and then like steal parts of your stand or whatever. He's lame. Kenny G has tenor sax. It's the illusion. It creates illusions in Dio's Mansion. That's literally all it does. Kenzo, he has Dragon's Dream. That's a stand that like works through feng shui. That's a stand where it's always memed on for being so complicated to understand. It's really not. Just because of how interesting his stand is. Khan, where's Shaka? Koichi's mom, I guess. Where's Koichi's sister? It's around here somewhere. There we go. Koichi Hirose. I'm gonna guess this is part 4. This is part 5. I'm just gonna rate one of them. Koichi as a stand user. I'm gonna put him like below Misa. I like him. I like his stand. I like him and Yukiko. They're great. Where was I? Lang Wrangler. Lang Wrangler's from part 6. Let's see. What stand does he have? There's only so many. Does he have Jailhouse Lock? What is it? What does he got? Jumpin' Jack Flash. It like controls gravity. I don't know if this is making me look like I hate part 6. I really don't. Part 6 is great. It's really good. Go watch / read part 6. Again, he's kind of a... I'm gonna put him where he is. Leonia Bacchio. He goes there. He has Moody Blues. It's a really interesting stand. He gets donutted, which is sad. Lisa. Joseph's mom. One of the only, attractive girl characters in the series. I'm going to put her... Now, she is waifu material. So we need to rate her very appropriately. She's better than Jesus. Okay, I think he's just a prison guard. He doesn't have a stand from part 6, but he's funny. I think he's the one with the little puppet. I'm gonna put him like he's a high D. Loggins, one of the Hamon masters on Ersa Planet Island from part 2. I think he's the one that dies. I think he's the one that AC/DC kills. I might be wrong about that. It's either Loggins or Messina. Leaky Eye Luca from part 5. Again, he kind of sets the plot in motion, but he doesn't do anything. So I rate him like Lucy Steele. She is a great JoJo character. I really like Lucy Steele. Again, a lot of bad stuff happens to her, but she finally gets her revenge. She finally gets her revenge on you know, she kills the alternate universe Diego, and then she lives a normal life after. She works for the Speedwagon Foundation in the Part 8 flashback. We learn. Magenta, user of 20th Century Boy. It's like a stand where if you go into it, you're completely invulnerable, but you're completely immobile. And they cars him. So he goes there. I think this is the user of Where's Mariah? What the heck? Is that supposed to, oh, there's Mariah. I think it's just some random chick, right? That Whole Horse was talking to or something. Managed boy, user of Death 13. It's the stand that attacks you in your dreams. It's a baby. Interesting idea. Marco, it's a little crap that Gyro was looking to pardon his execution. He was going to use the $50 million from the Steel Bar Run to ask the King of Naples to grant amnesty to him. But he died of a cold, like in the coming winter, which is... I like that Araki did that. It's it tells a lot about, there's a lot of commentary on people's motivation in Part 7. And what the difference between being virtuous is and living a life that has value. Those are two different things. And so I'm going to put Marco... He's one of the inconsequential characters, but he's one of the more important inconsequential characters. Or not inconsequential, like, as in he doesn't do anything. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put him, like... there. Yeah, I care about him more than all these people. Mariah, it's the hot stand user who has Bast. Yeah, she has Bast. You touch the electrical socket and you become like a magnet to someone else who touched it. And metal. So I like her better than Steely Dan. Mario Zappelli, it's Caesar's dad, so I guess it's Will Zappelli's son. Where are the dads? Where are the dead dads? Mario Zucchero, he has Soft Machine, I think, from Part 5. Mark, he's the driver that gets cut in half in Part 2. Mary Jo Star, Jonathan's mom. Kind of important in a way. Masazo Kinoto, he has Cheap Trick. Yeah, but he doesn't do anything though. I'll put him there. Cheap Trick is the stand with like this little dude that hangs on your back and you can't show people your back or else he kills you. Rohan was able to get him off because he went to the Spirit Alley in part where Raimi is. Malone, user of Babyface. It's the computer thing with feet. I'm gonna put Malone above Zucro. Messina. It's the other Hamlin trainer in part 2. Where should I put Loggins? It's fine. Biddler, the unseen user of High Priestess. This image comes from Araki. Had to give an actual design for her for the one of the Jojo fighting games in like the 80s. I think it was Heritage of the Future. I think that's when she came out. She's a part 3 who are you character. Mike O, user of tubular bells. He can like blow iron nails into balloon animals and it can track people's scent. I'm going to put Mike O Mickey Taka. He's a character who might be an alien, might not be an alien, but it's meant to be ambiguous. He has earth, wind, and fire. He can transform into anything that's less powerful than himself. I think this is the user of Marilyn Manson, which is a gambling stand from part 6. Jailhouse Lock. From part 6. I remember she has Jailhouse Lock. Yeah, I remember the arc now. Yeah. Mountain Tim. One of my favorite characters. He has Oh Lonesome Me. It's like this rope that he can travel his body parts along. He is, he's based. Next is Mrs. Robinson. Again, doesn't have a, he's gonna, it's the universe of Donathan because he ties him up as a cactus. But he has trained bees that come out of his eye socket, but he doesn't have a stand. And because he doesn't have a stand, I will put him here. Muhammad Abdul. Great character. I love this character. I think he's great. He has Magician's Red. Is like a firebird stand. Narancia Girga has Aerosmith. He dies when he's in Giorno's body. He gets like skewered. I'm gonna put him. I just like part 5 characters in general. I'm gonna put him there. Anasui. He is my boy. He's one of my favorite part 6 characters. I like him. Not more than these characters, though. Not more than these characters, though. Yeah, that's good. I like that he's a simp. Endul. He is the user of Geb. He's blind. Geb is like a water-based stand. Or it like acts like water. He's a cut above the normal stand users from part 3. Nena, the user of Empress. It's like the thing on Joseph's arm. It's talking to him. I think she's a cut below the normal stand user. Nicholas Joestar, Johnny's brother that died and screwed up his whole family. Messed everything up. Man, I did a bad job with this. I really screwed a lot of these up. I'll just finish it at this point. Yeah, these are all like, what? Like, what did I do? Like, this whole half is bad. I did a bad job. Okuyasu's dad, he's trying to find a stand user to kill him because he had Dio's flesh put in him. When they killed Dio, it like mixed with his DNA and made him unkillable and a big monster. I like him in a Coco Jumbo kind of way. Norisuke the First, he's like the fourth. He came in fourth place in the Steel Ball run. He's only important when you bring in Part 8. But given that, why not? Kakyoe, one of the best Joe bros. I think he goes there. Hierophant Green. It's a great stand. I like Kakyoe. And everyone thinks that he likes MILFs for some reason. This is the little weird vampire dude in Dio's mansion in Part 3. He goes with the other Dio mansion people. Oingo, he has Kunum. He's the brother of Boingo. Kunum like makes your face look like anybody, and it's just like a joke arc. Like it's there to be funny. Okuyasu is a good character. He's one of the better JoJo characters. I like him. He has a super overpowered stand, but he's stupid. Okay, how should I rate Speedwagon? Should I... Is he only on here once? I guess so. So that I don't get assassinated, I'm gonna put Speedwagon in S tier. Okay, but, you know why. Oyo Como Va, the user of Boku no Rhythm Rokita Kure. Listen to my rhythm from Part 7. It can, like, put these little pins that look like clocks into things, and when it moves a lot, then they start to melt, and then when they, like, are removed, they explode. He does really interesting applications with it. Like, at one point, he turns, like, fog into a bomb. I think that's cool. One of the better rando stand users. Okay. Page, Jones, Plant, and Bonham. Right there at the bottom. Panakata Fugo. Fugo is great. I like Fugo. I like his personality. He's expanded upon in a non-canon spin-off novel. He has Purple Haze, which is like one of the best designed stands. Man, Part 5 really hit it out of the park. It's gonna go there. Paracolo. Paracolo? Who the heck? I forget. I don't care to look it up. Perla Pucci. It's Pucci's and Weather Report's sister. Who Weather Report dates without knowing that's his sister, and then hijinks ensue. And Weather Report loses his memories. I'm gonna put Perla Pucci. She's this rate of character. Because she's important, but she's like nothing. Pesci, he has Beach Boy. It's like this fishing rod that can like hook your heart, and like Bruno had to cut his heart in half to hide from him. I'm gonna put Pesci like Pet Shop, it's Dio's parrot, the user of a horse. It's like a ice stand. He fights Iggy the Fool. And comes back, I think, in Crazy Diamonds Demonic Heartbreak, but that's not canon. Pet Shop is one of the better rando stands. Poco is trash. Poco Loco wins the Steel Ball run. I like him as a character. I think it's really interesting what Araki chose to do with him. Poco's sister, they can hang out together. Popo is the user of Black Sabbath. He's the who's one of the capos of Passione that Giorno kills at the beginning. His stand can like move through shadows, and it like stabs people with the arrow. Dies to a banana. He's better than all of these characters. Pork Pie Hat Kid, he has Wired. I think he's probably like the least interesting Part 7 character. His stand works in a weird way. I forgot how. It's like he's got a bucket of water that reflects into the sky, and then he can drop like a hook from his mouth that goes from an object down to wherever he reflects the bucket of water from or something. Some old garbage. I'm gonna put Pork Pie Hat Kid. He's still like right here. Prosciutto. So I don't know. Grateful Dead. It's like this. He emits this gas that ages you, and it's slowed down if you're colder. I don't know. Weirdo Rocky rules. I'm gonna put him next to his friend here. Reimi Sugimoto. I'm gonna put her with her dog. She is she's like a low A, high B tier waifu. Raquel, he has Sky Eyes, one of the sons of Dio. He's a turd. I'm gonna put him Rina Higashikata. Again, another good waifu. They automatically gain like 3 placings, like 3 whole tiers if they're a waifu. Technicality. Ringo Road, again, is one of the best characters. He's probably the best like side character that they fight. He's really well written. I like his design. I like his stand. Mandem, he can like rewind time by 6 seconds, but he has to physically turn the hand on his watch. He talks about the true man's world, about how you have to kill someone in a duel for it to be virtuous. Risotto Nero, the user of Metallica, he's like the best assassin in La Squadra. He can control iron, and he can make iron make him invisible. Really powerful stand. I like Risotto. I'm gonna put him like here. It's I'm gonna guess Tomoko's dad. So I'm gonna put Tomoko's dad. He dies. He does nothing and dies. Oh, there's Speedwagon. I already rated him. It's the same guy. Rohan Kishibe, Araki's favorite character. I like him too. He definitely becomes much more fleshed out in Tosubo Kishibe Rohan stories. Romeo Jiso, it's like Jolene, the guy she was gonna marry, or whatever. Roses. Susie Q's butler. What? Rubber Soul, the user of Yellow Temperance from Part 3. It's like a goo. Yeah, it does goo stuff. It makes it look like calculating. That's that's where that comes from. Better than these dorks. Rudolf von Stroheim. He is the Nazi cyborg that helps in Part 2. I just like him. Saleh is the user of Saleh. What Part 5 stands haven't we done yet? Rolling Stones, Oasis. Clash. Talking Head. What stand does he have? I'm gonna use the correct Jojo wiki. Kraftwerk! That's it, Kraftwerk. Because it was Kraftwerk and Little Feet. And they both were like at the same time. Sandman. I really like Sandman. I'm just gonna put him here. He has In a Silent Way. It can like create a physical onomatopoeia of a sound, and it has those properties. That's great. I also like the part in the In a Silent Way fight when he teams up with Diego, and Diego turns the sounds that he makes into dinosaurs. He makes sound dinosaurs. I think that's so creative. And it's where Johnny gets at Act 2 and he kills him. Santana. He's alright, I guess. We can go there. Scarlet Valentine. Valentine's wife who purrs on Lucy Steele. That was like a really uncomfortable scene. I liked what Araki did with that. I like that he made her like a freak because it's really telling for Funny Valentine as a character. So I'm gonna put Scarlet Valentine. Scalippi, he has Rolling Stones. He's a nothing guy. He doesn't do anything. I like him better than these characters, though. Sekko, he has Oasis. It's like something with dirt or whatever. Sherry Polnareff's sister doesn't do anything. Shigechi, he's really important actually. He helps them discover about Kira. Shinobu Kawajiri, waifu time. It's sad that she'll never know what happened to her husband, but you know, I like her. Shizuka Joestar, the invisible. She has a Aktung baby. It like turns her invisible. She gets adopted by Joseph. I think she's like. Again, she's a Coco Jumbo character. Smokey Brown, guy that says that people can explain exposition to in part 2. Sorbet and Gelato. These they're it's cool. They're like best friends. In part 5, they're like assassins. Kind of useless. Sports Max. I think Sports Max has Limp Bizkit. Yes, he has Limp Bizkit. Squallow, he has Clash. It's like a shark that can come out of liquid. It's more interesting than these nerds. Well, he's not better as a character, though. Stephen Steele. I really like Stephen Steele as a character. He saved Lucy from the Mafia. That was really virtuous of him. And he saves my boy Johnny. Like, after he gets hit with Act 4, he's the one that rescues Johnny on his horse, and he's able to use it again on himself to reverse the spin. I like him. Do I like him more than... There. Strezzo. He comes back as a villain in part 2. He's one of the... He's one of the Hammond people that shows up with Tom Petty. I'm not gonna rate him again. He comes back as a vampire and he's a jerk. Sugar Mountain. I think it's a really interesting stand. Like whatever you give to Sugar Mountain, it like gives you a more valuable version of it. But whatever money you get, you have to spend in a certain amount of time, or else you turn into the tree. Susie Q, again, waifu time. Tamami Kobayashi, user of lock, or the lock or whatever. It like turns your guilt into a physical thing, like Civil War, but way less threatening. It's better than all these turds. Tama is the cat, the user of a stray cat. When it gets like when Kira buries it, like stray cat grows out of it. I like that it's a cat. I like kitty cats. They're cute. Tarkus, he's big. He kills William A. Zeppeli, and then Jonathan kills him. That's pretty much his mark on the series. Tattoo? I don't even remember. Terrence Trent D'Arby. It's what's his name? Daniel Darby's little brother, who has a stand called Atom. It's the same kind of stand as Osiris, but it's with video games instead of poker. I'm gonna put Terrence Trent D'Arby. I think he's lame. He hasn't got the aura that his brother has. Torinosuke Miyamoto, he has Enigma. He like if you show fear, like you're tell a fear, then he turns you into paper, or he can trap you into a paper. He's okay. Put him below the cat. The green baby. It's made from the bone from Jonathan's body. It's like some homunculus thing. He has green grass at home, which could like beat Goku, and he merges with Poochie and turns White Snake into Sea Moon. Thunder McQueen. I forget what stand he has. There. What stand is in? Highway to Hell. Yeah, the first stands that they fight were like Manhattan Transfer and Highway to Hell. Manhattan Transfer is Jungle Lee, and he has Highway to Hell. This is the gambling stand I was talking about. He's okay. It's better than these guys. Tiziano, he has Talking Head. It like makes everything you say a lie. From part 5, it like uses it on Lorancho. It's another like arc that's just there to be funny. I'm gonna rate the La Squadra characters the same. Tomoko. Waifu alert. Tonio Trussardi. I gotta put him in A. He's just so fun. I like him. Tom Petty, it's the Hamon like master. He trained Zeppeli. He doesn't do anything. Hazamada, user of Surface. It's like this doll thing that you can make look like other people. He's like a freak. So I'll put him. This is the user of Toyohiro Kadadaichi. the user of Superfly. It's like a transmission tower, and like only like you can't leave it. If you get inside of it, someone else has to leave. He's a jerk. He's just like the same as Rubber Soul. He's just the same character. Trish Una, I like her, and so she's gonna go high just because I like her, and for no other reason other than that I like her character. That's it. Angalo, the other son of Dio, he has Bohemian Rhapsody. He can turn fictional characters to life. He's gonna go. He's ugly though. He looks like Sid from Ice Age. Go with his brother. Vanilla Ice, one of the coolest, no pun intended, like side villains. He's like super powerful. I'm gonna put him in like there. Doppio. I like Doppio. He's cool. He has epitaph. It's a long story to explain, like all this stuff about him. Did a bunch of stuff. Wang Chan or Viviano Westwood, Planet Waves. That's the stand that he has. It was originally going to be called Earth, Wind, and Fire in like one of the original versions of Part 6, but then he was like, oh wait, I already named the stand that, so he named it Planet Waves instead. I'm going to put this dude. More interesting than these people, at least. Wamu! I actually think Wamu is a great character. Truly honorable. You know, Cars was just kind of like, whatever. And AC/DC was just like a wild animal. But Wamu truly has, like, is ethical. Not ethical, but, like, he follows a strict code of honor. I think that's an interesting personality to have. Wang Chan. Weather Report. I love Weather Report's design. I like his character. I like his stand. His stand is awesome. He's got a great stand. I love Weather Report. Wekapipo. He's another good side character. He shows up. He fights with 20th Century Boy guy. Magenta. They're like on a train. It's cool. He has wrecking balls, which has it's like a steel ball that has this ability called the left side ataxia, and like you can't perceive the left side of your body. I think that's a cool idea. He's also got a backstory, or something. He goes there. I like his mango haircut. Wole Zeppeli. He's so iconic. I gotta put him in B somewhere. Yeah. Oh, that's Will's father. Oh, who gives a crap about Will's father? Where is Zeppeli? Okay, there we go. Alright, Wilson Phillips is the senator that deals in his car in Part 3. He like makes him drive on the sidewalk. Wired Beck is the vampire that Lisa kills in Part 2. Yoshihiro Kira, I like this character. He's interesting. He's Kira's dad. It's kind of like Dexter, but where Dexter's dad gave him a stand to protect himself instead of, what he did. Yoshikage Kira is one of the best Jojo villains. I'm going to place him probably above Pucci. Joseph, there he goes. Again, doesn't really need much explanation. Stan is great. Yukiko, the first recorded yandere. For that alone, my bias will show, and I will put her in A tier. I like Stroheim better. Alright, we only got a few characters left. Oh, we only got 2 characters left. Yuya Fungami. User of Highway Star. It, like, can track your scent. It can go, like, 60 kilometers an hour, and it can suck your nutrients. And it can throw feet at you, and wherever the feet, like, are to stand can come up from. And so I'm going to put Yuya Fungami. And as a character, like, he kind of has, like, a pseudo-redemption arc in the Enigma fight. I thought that was really cool. I thought Yuya was a cool character in that fight. And finally, ZZ, the user of Wheel of Fortune. Below the gorilla. And below all these characters. What am I talking about? I'll put him up. I'll put Wing Chan above him, I guess. There you go. Alright, so this is the JoJo Stan tier list. I clearly did not plan for this. This was a complete disaster. I don't even know. Like, I lost track of my train of thought. I think the characters I put in D are like, they didn't do anything. Characters I put in C is like, their stand is alright, I guess. And B is like characters that are pretty good. A is like characters that I like a lot. And S is like the best characters, obviously, right? And so I think given what each letter means within itself, how I rated the characters, like which ones I liked more than each other, I would agree with. So yeah. So yeah, I'm probably going to do other videos that are like tier lists. Maybe not as long as this one, but yeah, nobody's gonna watch this. So to the 5 viewers that have watched it, and the 0 of you that will leave a comment, ask me what you want me to do a tier list about. Thug Life.